Hey everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how to start your second row on the Oslo stitch. So if you're making, say, like a bag or a pair of gloves, this is where you need to be. You end up working Oslo stitch in a round, so it joins together and you just keep going round in a spiral. If you're planning to make a pair of gloves, you want your first row's length to be about length of your wrist, and I tend to do a couple of stitches extra to help it get over your thumb, and you can always add a couple of stitches further on as well if it's getting a bit tight. If you're making a bag, then just make sure that when your ends are pulled together, that's the width you want for your bag. There are other things you can make, but I would recommend starting with a pair of gloves or a bag because they're quite simple and quite good projects to start with while you're getting used to the Oslo stitch. So you want to flatten out your length of stitch so it doesn't get twisted. Bring your tail end to your working end, like so. And now, despite you using chunky yarns, it makes it very obvious where your stitches are. So you want to go into one of these stitches. Let's try this one. There we go. And then continue doing your normal Oslo stitch. So in the back one, twist, under and under. Now this can get a bit messy with all your tail end and your working yarn end. So when you're just first starting, just take your time to make sure nothing's getting all stitched together. There we go. And then you want to go into the next stitch. And the same again. In, twist, and under. Depending on the length of your needle, you can pick up between 1 and 3 of the previous stitches. I've seen up to 3. There are probably people who do more. Personally, I like sticking with 1, especially with chunky yarn, and with my stumpy needle. Go into the next one. And then in the back. Under and under. That little tug. Now you'll see, ooh, get it in the right angle, maybe not. I'll do a little more because that's going to be a little bit awkward. See it just underneath there. Those lines are starting to join together. And you just want to keep working round in a huge spiral until you have your project complete. If you're doing a bag, it is literally just going around in a spiral. If you're doing gloves, you may need to leave a gap if you're wanting, say, fingerless gloves, so you want room for your thumb to stick out. And I will show you how to do that in a later video, which I'm going to be doing on the pattern for a pair of gloves. And I'll also be showing you one of my 10th century style Nalbinding, or Nalbinded, I'm not entirely sure which word you use, bags. So pick up previous stitch. And there you go. So you could just keep going round and round. So I hope to see you all again soon for one of my next knot binding videos, and I hope you found this useful. Bye!